Hello guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel Lolina.Decor.Elements when I'm talking about my craft, mostly knitting. My name is Nadiia, I'm Ukrainian, I live right now in London in UK and I'm really glad to see you again here. This is my second episode in English. As promised, at least once a month I'm trying to record and to tell you what I've done, what I'm working on and what I'm planning to do. So thank you. Before I will start with kind of traditional way of giving information in knitting YouTube, when everyone talks about finished garments or accessories, processes, plans and acquisitions, I will follow these kind of general rules. But before that, I'd love to thank you for those who started to follow me because of my English content. And if you want me to continue recording English, please don't be shy, subscribe on my YouTube channel and just expect me to record further. So it is my second episode, as I said, and in general counting it is 10th. So each week I do my digest in Ukrainian language, in my native language, and we'll see, maybe in March I'll do 2 episodes in English, because March quite longer than February and funnier and lighter, and February this year was quite emotional and frightening. But I won't talk about this stuff, I will talk about knitting. So let me start with my finished objects, and one of them on me. This is sweater. I call it Smarties, simply because the yarn was called by that. It is Pecciafilati Smarties by Italian brand that produce yarn for some companies like Gucci or other kind of Italian very known companies. They do knitting garments as well. So this one was produced for concern Gucci, and I do love this teal, grayish, bluish, greenish color. And when I saw this yarn in the shop, is Sakvayash, it's in Instagram, Ukrainian yarn online shop, I was just in love immediately because I do love this color. It matched my eyes, as you can see. Hopefully you see that, and I love it. So I did this sweater. This is simple raglan with a high collar. So plenty of stuff here near me because I have to show you a lot today. So I can fold like that. I can fold classical. I do love classical way of folding color. I did this Catlin, like a pseudo Catlin actually. I did 4 lines, and I did few mistakes as well because I do knit for 2 years, so in some of my stuff there are plenty of mistakes, but it's good. When we do mistakes, we learn, right? So this yarn, when I did a swatch, I think I did it in January or something, I saw that yarn shrinks after washing and blocking. So what I did wrong, I put it in my washing machine, and it shrinked a bit and also felted a bit. Probably you won't see it because after that I was just washing it again and again. The sleeves shrinked a lot, so I still have this small ball of yarn. It's around 30 grams, and in general I used 360 grams, something like that. And it has long cuffs, it has long ribbon on the down part of sweater. I did it top to down, and it's easiest way to knit something. I do believe that classical raglan, it's the simplest way to knit something. because you can always try it on, you can change the length and create a dress. For example, if you have plenty of yarn, or if you are out of yarn after you did sleeves, you can just do cropped, whatever. So the first finished garment, I do love it. I do love to wear something like that with jeans. I will add a small video so you can see how it sits on me. Does it suit me or not? Not only while I'm sitting, but also when I'm moving. And tell me in comments, what do you think? Just simple thing you put on your t-shirt, or just in something under, and you have your sneakers, your jeans, and you're just ready to go. Love it. Then, and actually with the garments, that's it. After that, I did in a testing group this funny beanie hat. I'll put it on. It's very unusual for me to use red yarn in general. I'm very active person, and I would say enthusiastic, energetic, and when I wear something red, I'm started to be uncontrolled. I'm joking, but in every joke we have something to think about and to process. So simple beanie with the four parts on the top, so you need it from down to top, and the pattern will be available on Ravelry, but it is Ukrainian designer Tatiana, and she's Instagram. Her nick is Wool Tales. All this information kind of I will put down below, so you are welcome to see, to check it, to follow the link. And I know that the pattern will be available in Ukrainian and English starting tomorrow, so I can simply show you today. And I used yarn also on Icon. It's Italian brand Zegna Baruffa. Actually it's Zegna Baruffa, but anyway, it's a cash wool Zegna Baruffa 1080 800 to 100 grams, and I use it in 6 threads together, fold together, and I love it. It's very light. It has 80% of merino wool and 20% of cashmere. That's why it's so soft. It's not squishy. It's not like very, you know, kind of unstable. It has the form. It holds the shape really well, and I think it suits me. I'm already wearing it because the weather in London quite unpredictable. Sometimes it starts with the sunshine, and as right now we have quite gray, almost rainy sky. We'll see. Maybe it's gonna be rain today. Who knows? Nobody knows. When you talk about English weather, you never know what it's gonna be. So this is the hat. Lovely, isn't it? I'll add a few photos for you, how it suits me, how it sits on me, and this is my second finished object. Okay, I'll just move it in this direction. So then probably I will show you socks. As I said in previous episode, I adore to knit socks. It just, for me, it's very relaxing. It's very it's predictable that each month you're gonna see socks. Sorry for that, guys. I do love socks yarn. For me, each ball of sock yarn, it's magic, because quite often it's beautiful. It's with gradient or with some lines, some self-striping yarn. I do love. So this yarn, hopefully you see that. I will add photo because it's very dark. I have to say that next time, if I see this ball of everything close by, this is leftovers. So I used only 60 grams of this yarn for a pair of socks. It's a in European size, it's 38-39, and in English, British, I suppose, it's 6-7, 5.5, 6.5. Those those marking sizes, it's for me sometimes it's killing. So socks, female socks with the round heel, with quite high upper heel, with the stripy ending. Yep, nothing to say. It's 60 stitches. It's the needles I always used 2.25. I love this size because almost all 4 plies yarn looks really good on 2.25. I did some of you use 2, I suppose, and for me it's too small, so I did few pairs on 2, and I decided that it is a challenge, really. Some of knitters use 2.5, and when I do 2.5, the socks doesn't look like they look on 2.25, and the difference is not big, so I use 2.25. These socks, I have to tell you the color. So the yarn I used, it's a Zauberball Crazy. Yep, and the color is 2475. And if you need in evening after your work, if you don't have a well prepared lightening in your flat, don't buy this shade. It's too dark. It's really dark. I started those socks in July, you should imagine. But I'm so glad I've done it, really. So those I will use as helix method in some bright, probably bright pink or bright neon yellow color, because it's too dark. And just yesterday I finished the second pair of socks, and because I use those blocking wooden blockers, they're still a bit wet. So this yarn produced by company Opal, and this is I suppose a German yarn, as well as Zauberball. It is Opal, the collection called Black Dragon 2 Fantasy Island, and the color is 11133. I do love Opal because they show how the sock will be done, and actually I was knitting it on the size in UK. It's gonna be probably 8/10, so it's in European 42-43, but since I don't have blockers on those size, I had to use the blockers 44-45, I mean 11 in local sizes, and they are like that. So this is the heel called Boomerang, also with increases and decreases here to make it more comfortable when it sits on the feet. And the simple Raven 2-2, what should I say, simply I used the 64 stitches, and they're quite nice. Sorry guys, it's postman came. So I do use 2 sets of needles, and I don't have this syndrome of 1 sock. If you need socks, you know what I mean. Some knitters are knitting 1 sock, and in a year they need the second one. I don't do that. I need 2 socks together, and then I have the pair of socks. And the last knitted object I want to show you, this is beautiful shawl I did. It's a big one. I'll add photo as well. So I knitted it from the one angle, and I shaped it simply by increasing each second row. I used card stitch. I love how it looks, and this is my, I would say, scrappy project, because I did a lot of scrappy yarn of mohair of different shades, from different projects, from different sweaters, and I just wanted to use that because kit mohair on silk, it's quite expensive and it's beautiful yarn. And I also had the ball of Smarties Woolly Fine Arts, the shade called Impressionism, and I think you can see here some irises or some water lily by Monet. It's lovely, it's warm, it's very cozy, it's very plastic. It suits me, I suppose. I love it. It's quite big. So what I used, as I said, Smarties Woolly Fine Arts Impressionism 1 ball. I suppose it has 400 grams in this bowl. And then as additional, I used 2 balls of Smarties as well, Merino Soft. So I had 100 grams of shade Chagall, and I had 2 balls the same yarn in a shade of Bellini, and the weight of this shawl is 540 grams, and I was counting all of that. It looks like I used 400 grams of Merino Soft, and all other stuff, it is mohair, something like that. The information down below. So those are my finished objects for February. I might say that I'm happy because it's quite good. First of all, I used soft merino I didn't know what to do with, and I also needed quite good sweater, and today it will go on my work. I will just enjoy it in our office. What I want to show you is also not knitting object. I'm done, completed, I would say, this month, because in February I finally found the varnish I needed for wood, and this is tray I found in some charity shop here. It was plain, just plain wooden tray like that, and I've decided to create some summer on it. So I used watercolors and I used markers, and I just draw and painted this summer. And here should be a music, Strawberry Fields by Beatles. And I used varnish for acrylic works and for wooden craft. I used 2 layers of this varnish. It's not glossy, it's matte, that's why you probably even don't see that, but in case of this varnish, it's protected. So the surface made with the water-based markers and watercolors, it's protected from water at least. So this is actually a gift for one of my friends here. So when she returns from her journey and finally we will meet, I will give it to her because she had a birthday. So this is the birthday gift. And in this moment I wanna start with my whips, but for that I need to make one pose. So I'm here with you, and let's start with my whips. And probably I will start with that one that I will frog. This is sweater. I've started with this boucle yarn. It is a new meal by Riga, Italy. Riga, R-I.G-O, luxury. It is the Italian brand. It used to be Hub, so they used to just buy stock of yarn producers and sell them. But right now what they do, they order the yarn that produced for their mark. So this is the boucle. It has a blend. It is alpaca, wool, some ugly acrylic, I think 8 or 10%. I'm really not fond of acrylic in general. 16%, sorry. It has also polyester, I'm not fond of, but it was quite cheap and I wanted to do some garment that is gonna be very soft and very cloudy. So I started to do a sweater. I already have some German short rows here and so on, but I don't like it because the construction of this sweater, it is the raglan as well, with the very evident line of increasing here on the shoulder, and this yarn doesn't work with this kind of construction. I will do what I will do. I will do simple V neck line pullover with that. So I just wanted to show you before unfrog. So it goes, but it is a plan. It's also a plan for March. I'd love to have something squishy, softy, some stuff that you can put on white t-shirt, maybe with one shoulder falling. Spring thinking. The next whip I will show you, and it is a hat. The same design, I did a red one for my husband. So what I use here, it's a Boto Giuseppe, Italian brand. It is merino that really blooms up after washing. It's beautiful, but it's called carbon, but actually it is black. So it's black with very beautifully, delicately done dots of blue, red, orange, white, so on. And it's so hard to knit in evening, really. I use 2.5 millimeter needles here. It's quite net looking like, but because it's black, it's very hard to knit, and I have my eyes are dying when I do it, so it will be like a long project probably for next autumn. So we'll see, maybe in summertime when the light is better I will do it just for a few evenings, but right now it's too dark. So this is the second week, and let me show you socks first, and then I will show you the most important project that I'm working right now. Let's go with socks. So I have 2 pairs of socks I'm doing, and this is, as I said, the way I'm knitting my socks. So I knit socks at the same time. The first one, the second one. So I do rib, then I do the second rib. I do till the heel, then I do till the heel. Now those socks are waiting for increases, then heel, then decreases, then the body of sock, and then the end. So this is Lana Grossa. I suppose it's also German. Yeah, no, it's made in Italy. But Lana Grossa, it's a German brand, so it is typical yarn, 75% of virgin wool, 25 polyamide, and it is 420 meters for 100 grams. So the yarn called Freya, Malin White, and the color is, if you are interested, is 6958. So this is the next pair of socks. I will finish already in March, because today is the last day of February. Congratulations. Then I started, as you see, I have plenty of small scrappy balls of sock yarn. It is kind of my decorative element in the interior. So I did 1 pair of socks with scrappy yarn. I will add a photo right now. They are already in Kiev. I showed it probably to you last time. So this is leftovers of leftovers. So this is how it goes. I have those small balls, and it's gonna be female socks, probably for me. So we're gonna have, with my husband, family look, and he will wear his socks in Ukraine and I will wear it here. But life is like it is. So what I want to show you, it is my 2 projects left. This is my sweater that I'm working as designer. So I created the round yoke. I created this pattern. Also did the calculations for female sizes, and it has Ukrainian kind of stylization, looks like Ukrainian embroidery. And here are 2 cocks and roosters, yeah, and hearts as well. And I was planning to do ladies version first for me, but because this color was, I brought it here and it was quite wide, I've decided to go with male version first. Put it on me. the better than one sweater on you. It could be only 2 sweaters, right? So this is how it looks right now. You already can see birds. You can see 2 hearts together. So this sweater quite symbolical as for me. I love the color combination, so it has a kind of British ambiance in it. It has this navy blue and coral red, and typically in Ukrainian embroidery you're gonna have red and black and white, but I wanted to do it not so striking traditional Ukrainian, and I wanted to do more modern. And this is how it looks. So I'm still not done the yoke till the end. I have 9 rows more in a yoke, so it's gonna be the feet of birds and the trees, symbol of trees. So there are some symbolic, so you can see hearts, you can see some stars as well, birds. Typically in Ukrainian embroidery they are like pair in a mirror symmetry, and it's gonna be the tree of prosperity as well, and it's gonna be stars as well here. It's too hot, sorry guys, it's too hot to be in 2 sweaters. So this is my process I'm working with, and because of that I did 2 acquisitions. So first I bought navy blue and coral that called in the raspberry. I don't know why. Maybe in the, so the navy it's 9 and the raspberry it's 25, and the yarn I use it's Drops Air. Quite nice yarn. I've done 1 Icelandic sweater in this yarn already. I will add photo on the screen, and I love it. It's light, because when you do the color work with many threads, it could be heavy because kind of you triple or double yarn, and because air is quite light, so the garment won't be so heavy in the end. So first I bought 2 balls of navy and 2 balls of raspberry, and then I saw that it's gonna be too big for me, and I've decided to do men version. So I did a new yoke with more increases, so I kind of redraw the yoke for men sizes, and I bought more navy color, and I bought 2 light gray, and light gray, I didn't tell you the number, number 3. And what it's gonna be, guys, in March I'd love to finish men sweater, and the men's sweater will be with the body and sleeves in navy blue and this bright yoke, and then I will do ladies version for me, and I will check my calculations and my pattern for ladies size. Probably I will do testing group, I don't know yet. I talked about that with the girls and my followers in one of my, or in two of my episodes, and some girls told me that they would love to test ladies version, so we will see. So anyway, it is a project for March because I will go home. Yes, I haven't been at home since November. I missed my mom anniversary, I missed my dad birthday, I missed Christmas, New Eve, I missed the birthday of my cat, and I missed a lot, and I missed my family, and I missed my home, miss my lovely city Kiev. That is very, very nice city to live and work in, and I do believe that I will enjoy this visit. So before going home, I'd love to finish 2 sweaters and bring one as a gift to my husband. And I want to do a photo of 2 of us in my designed sweaters. And the pattern, after testing or without testing, pattern for men and for ladies version gonna be on my Ravelry account, and you're welcome to buy it and to enjoy sweater created by me. As well, on Ravelry you can find 3 patterns available already. It is a hat, snood and mittens I done as a collaboration with amazing British yarn Walcotyarns. So if you want to need something, I would say elegant, and something created by my mind, you're welcome to find me there. My name is there as well, Lolina.Decor.Elements, and there are 3 patterns available to buy for you. So this is my, I would say, main project for now. I did a small break for a few days with this sweater. I have to say, but I will return to it because it's time to return. And before I'll talk about my plans, I want to show you one more project I'm doing. So, as you understood after my wooden tray, I'm not only knitter. As I said in my previous episode, if you haven't seen it, you're welcome to see. It holds episode 1, introduction, let's meet. I also do bits weaving, and this is my project for January, February that I haven't managed to finish. I love those violets and it's beautiful. It goes very bright and spring. And I've done what I do, I create those schemes by myself. I draw it simply, and then I weave those pictures. So I weaved around 7. This is the 8th, and last year it was a plan to do exhibition with my works, but because of the war and I fled country, and because of all those circumstances, I couldn't do that. But hopefully next year I'll do exhibition of my works. So that's why when I was in November at home, I took some beads with me here. I took the started patterns, and I took my already drawn pictures, and if I will manage to do 1 picture in 2-3 months, next year it's gonna be 12 pictures as I planned, and everything is gonna be all right. So acquisitions. So as you already saw, I've bought air drops for 2 sweaters. As well, I bought this mug. I bought 3 kits, but I'm showing 1 because it's quite huge. So on the website Wool Warehouse, I bought, they've been on clearance, and I bought 3 of them because I always wanted to try a new technique. I do love to learn. So here's yarn, fabric, glue, punch needle for doing it, thread for sewing, and I don't have frame here, so it will wait. So this acquisition will wait till the better time. And what else I bought? I don't know where the tongue blockator, but I bought those blockators because this weekend it was Unravel Festival, and I was so curious and I wanted to see that, so I visited on Saturday. I met Jonah and Jonah's Day, I suppose. It's a YouTube channel I'm following for many years, for the second year already. So we met there and I was pleased to meet, and it's always fun when the person you follow in YouTube the same in life, because some people are kind of, they could be different. But it was nice. If you, Jonah, watch me, probably not. Hello. I bought this blockator because I do need mittens sometimes. As well, I bought soap for oily wool, because this wool here in my plants, it's quite waxy, and it's also Xenia barufa, Borgosesia. It's extra lump and it's quite thick. And as well, the hat I'm knitting, it also has a lot of this kind of additional liquid that makes it stiff, and you have to wash it quite tense to take it to get rid of all this chemical stuff that holds the thread in kind of dry condition. So let's talk about plants. Yep, so acquisition, as you can see, they are quite small, but I have to admit that I buy yarn on cones mostly, and somehow the yarn on balls is not working with me, because I've ordered mohair on silk in Norway 2 weeks ago, or 3, and it's still going here. I already received a parcel from Ukraine, the country where there's a war, here in London last week, and I can't receive my yarn from Norway. I can't get it. Still waiting. Already wrote a message to Pixley company, nobody answering. So I'm looking forward to seeing my yarn, guys. Yep. So plans. To finish socks, both of them, and to start 2 pairs more, because I need to bring with me 5 pairs, and some of them are gifts, some of them are surprise, some of them are also gifts that I expected. So 5 pairs of socks till my departure in the end of March, as well 2 sweaters, and probably in March I will try to hold this testing process. I never done testing in my life. Work with testing group, consultative, give advice and so on. Ooh, I can't imagine it, but we'll see. Maybe I will be so lazy, I will just knit ladies and men, and I will do free pattern, or like free pattern for donation. We'll see. I can't tell you for sure, but anyway, I need to do those 2 sweaters. As well, I wanna knit this V-neck pullover for me, and I wanna take it with me, because I will travel with a small bag without hand luggage even, and I need something to change in my trip, and it should be something light and warm and white. Yeah, it's quite good in journey to have something light on. As well, I have a swatch like that. I'm not sure that I showed it to you last time, but it knitted in 3 threads. It blooms amazingly, so I can't even see. Is it 3? Yeah, it's 3 threads. As I said already, it is Zegna Barufa extra lamp. It's a 1500, so 1,500 meters for 100 grams, and I have it in 2 cakes and 1 cone, and it's gonna be a sweater with Japanese shoulder by Ukrainian designer Anna, and I love her sweater. It's so modern, so chic, and finally I did a swatch, because in our chat, we have a chat in Telegram, all girls already did at least 2 sweaters, and I'm the longest and I'm the latest one. I just did a swatch yet, and I did it on 3.2. It's written somewhere. I think it's 3.75, but I will do it at 4, because the yarn blooms amazing. Look at this. I hope I put it in right. You see this bloom the yarn has? Amazing yarn. And maybe in March, but I think I'll do it in May, because April gonna be quite busy with other stuff, and I suppose in April it will be mostly acquisitions in my next episode, but we'll see. I mean, not in the next one, but in one. As well, hopefully I will finish my bead weaving in March, and I will start a new one, or I will continue. I have started 2 years ago Broken Hearts. It's also beautiful and very spring, and I will hopefully finish that one. And I will hopefully finish the hat of my husband for my husband, but I'm not sure. Too dark yarn. It's killing my eyes, really. So guys, this is it. I've showed you all. I told you all. I'm glad to have this opportunity to share my experience, my work, my enthusiasm, my inspiration, and I hope I inspired some of you to do something needed. So, see you next time. Waiting for you in comments. Write me, please, what do you think about my finished object, about my processes? What do you think about my sweater that is coming with my design? Write me, how are you? Write me what you are knitting, and maybe you can write me something about yourself, so I will know who is following me. I mean, me in English. So, see you next time. Enjoy March, enjoy spring, be healthy, be safe, and be creative.